All right, what's up, guys? Vegas J is back, and we are playing the statue strategy, but we're playing it with live and real money. So our balance is 2,000. Where are we at? 2,041. We are on. I don't know if we're on track, but we're trying to do the $10,000 a month challenge. And this mother effer, I swear, dude, we've had like 7 losses in a row in this center section. He hasn't hit it one time. And then the minute that I start betting off of it, which I think is fucking hilarious, he starts hitting it. Earlier on, I was testing this, and I apologize. I didn't realize I wasn't recording. Dude, I literally was sitting on the center thing for 10 straight losses. He bounced on these two the entire time. Obviously, we ended up coming back and winning all that money back, but it was a little uncomfortable, honestly. I'm hoping that this particular one isn't. As you know, and I kind of feel this way, I think you guys might as well. Some people just hit certain numbers, like certain sections of the wheel, and it's like every single time they roll, that's one of the sections that they hit. So if you're not familiar, if you didn't see the other video about now he's gonna hit the center nonstop. This mother gambling, baby. That's how it works. That's how it works. They're always gonna land on the one you're not on. It just makes no sense. Makes no sense. But anyway, my point. The statue strategy is you pick one of the 12 sections. First 12, second 12, third 12, doesn't matter, and then you don't move. You stay there until you win, and you can do a couple of different styles of betting. You can double up. I don't recommend doubling up constantly, and I'll explain why in just a second. You can also do the Fibonacci, the 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, etc. One of the cool things about this particular style of betting, or this strategy rather, is that it's a 2-to-1 bet. So you don't have to double up every single time. I'll give you an example. If you bet $1 and you lose, you can stay betting $1 again for the next roll, right? And then after that, then you can go and so forth. Now this dude, hilarious. Like, I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. And I know you guys feel it as well sometimes. I am not kidding. Can I show recent numbers? Oh, I guess these are all the recent numbers. All of these were losses when we were betting in the center. And now that we moved to the top, now, of course, 3 straight wins in the center. Now, if you mentioned, as I showed you in the first strategy or that other video, I like to stay in the center. However, I just took 10 losses. So what do? I move, and now 3 straight wins on the center. At some point, you start to think, you're like, hey, is the system, or not the system, but is the game really like out to get me? But there are other people playing on the game, right? So everybody's scattered all over the place. I don't think they're targeting you specifically, but I will say this, it sure feels that way, doesn't it? And I'm sure you guys have been through it too. It's happened to you guys. Perfect. We got a win there. 750. Not bad. Okay. So it's interesting, man. There's really no rhyme or reason to this. I'm going to sit this roll out and just kind of see where it goes. Good morning, by the way. I don't know if you guys have seen the $10,000 a month challenge yet, though. But we just dropped day 1 of that the other day, and I hope you guys like it, man. We're gonna try to make $10,000 a month. Who can't use an extra 10,000? Shit, who can't use just a regular $10,000 a month? The question is can we do it? I believe we can. There's a couple of different strategies that I think I'm going to employ. The first being is we're gonna only play 2 different games. We're going to play Baccarat, and we're going to play Roulette. Roulette lately has been a little stressful for me. One of the things, as you know, just between bets for me, of course, is... okay, so I'm going to just come down here because he's typically rolling. And it's only 50 cents to start with. So, again, you're not like killing yourself. But the one thing I really enjoy about this, as I was mentioning earlier, and then I'll come back to that last topic, is that you don't have to double up every single time. So you can roll 1, lose, stay with that same bet. If you win, you're just back to normal, right? And then obviously you just kind of recoup. That is great bankroll management for a 2-to-1 bet. That way you're not at like $128 on a single roll because you're going to lose a couple of times in this scenario. There is no rhyme or reason. These statistics are technically all the same, meaning that, any of the 3 that you do, you pretty much have the exact same odds. Again, I believe in certain people roll a certain way. So this gentleman, if you go back to the last 40 rolls, I don't know if he's rolled 40 rolls yet, but 7 red. He did 3 up here. I'm going to stay on 50 cents just because that's what we were talking about. You don't actually have to double up your bet for the first roll. Yeah, man. So that's about it. You just kind of have to sit and wait. There are a lot of losses, but then I guess it depends on which section you're on. Because if I were on the other sections that had 9 in a row, well, then I would have won 9 times, right? So, tricky game, this roulette. Fickle. I love it. But anyway, back to the $10,000 a month challenge. We're doing 2 games. We're doing baccarat. We're doing roulette. As I mentioned, roulette's a little stressful. One of the things that I really try to do when I'm playing any game, for that matter, is that what is my stress level when I'm betting, right? Like, am I constantly like, freaking out? If so, that's not really fun to play in that scenario. Also, if you're just having that kind of anxiety, maybe you shouldn't be gambling at all. But baccarat, I feel like sometimes, not always, sometimes, amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4 times he's rolled up here. So now we're going to double. So we're up to $1. And that should get us back to our, where we were. And you know what? Let's just for shits and giggles, let's do 50 cents. Now, you don't have to do this. This is just standard betting. We are doing this live, so I am trying to make money. But going back to the point, one of the things that I like to do when I'm gambling is not be stressed out when we're playing, right? If you're doing a $500 roll on roulette, dude, I don't care what your bankroll is, unless it's like $1 million, you're going to be a little stressed. And I don't want to be stressed throughout the day. I like baccarat. Baccarat does give me a little bit better odds. I mean, it's not 50-50, but it's pretty darn close. And I know a lot of people would be like, hey, no, you have higher odds here with the 67% or whatever the case may be. However, there's only a certain number of cards in the deck, and this ball can roll independently forever, Cool. 450, not bad. So one of the things that I think is really important when you're playing this strategy, or any strategy for that matter, pay attention to patterns. I saw early on and I just resisted it. I just wouldn't do it. This guy, when he first stepped on about, 27 minutes ago, I think he's been playing for 27 minutes. This site, they typically go 30 minutes at a time. He was hitting these 2 sides nonstop. Like it was like every other roll. It was just like 10 times in a row. And for whatever reason, and I guess because this is part of the strategy, it's the statute, right? I just stayed right here and I got a little high on my bets, right? More than I was comfortable with. And that's the strategy. The strategy is knowing when to change the strategy. Because all strategies are awesome and they all work great until they don't. 30 red. So that was a double win right there. 2 double 30. So you can see, just as you've seen here with me, minus this little 3 stretch, which naturally we weren't on that one. Fuckers. Okay, now we got a new roller coming in. So let's see where he bounces around at. Right? What's up? I'm good, bro. What's your name? Bruno. What's up, Bruno? Alright, so what we're going to do for Bruno is, so we don't get kicked, we're just going to put 50 cents in the center. So where I like to start. I don't know where this guy's going to roll. And here's what's important. All of these rolls now, all of these rolls now are irrelevant. They don't matter. It doesn't, it's a duck beyond the pond. I don't even know what that means. It's water off a duck's back. Funny. Okay, so this guy will go for 30 minutes. So let's see what we can do. Let's see where we're at. We're 245 right now. And this has been a slow little grind, as you saw, right? I mean, you can bet higher, but right now, since I'm testing the strategy, I'm not like 100% confident in it. This mother, I want to make sure that we're not going crazy. I'm gonna keep it the same, right? Because I don't have to stress out. I don't have to double bet. 3 30s in a row. This bouncing white ball, dude, it is a trip. No rhyme, no reason. The only thing you can do in a roulette is a betting strategy. Now, some would argue with me, and I have several strategies that I play. I don't know, man. I've lost so much money playing roulette, and I've won a lot of money too, that you just never know, right? There's so many different outcomes that can occur, which is the reason why I kind of like baccarat as well. Just from a making. This is a great game to have fun playing with everybody. But if you're like full on trying to make money, I feel like baccarat might be the better choice. That's just a personal opinion. But I could be wrong. Oh, perfect. 13. We'll take that win. Take that win, baby. Now look, it's not $1 million, but it can get you a Starbucks coffee. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? So we're gonna sit this one out. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's oh, you know what? You don't have to do this, but I like to do it. So he's rolled a 30, and then he's rolled a 13. I just want to see over the next few minutes, is he all over the board, like, you know, boom, 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 all 3 sections, or is he predominantly on 2 sections as well? And you'll see it. It's fairly obvious. Again, I'm just mad that I didn't pay attention to it with the last roller. Good news is, though, behind that, is that, look, our balance is still good. I think we got down to 2, I don't know if that was being recorded, but we were down to like 223. Didn't feel too stressed out. 223, I was a little stressed out, actually, because that's the bet that we ended up at like 32 bucks. Glad I set that one out. And, dude, that's the cool thing. Sometimes you can sit them out. You know? I think in this situation right here, and I feel like I maybe missed this pattern because I'm... Is it raining? Oh, man. Because I'm gabbing over here. But check it out. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Wait. 3, 6, 7 times that it didn't hit the center row. Now, this is a good pattern recognition. 7 times that it didn't bounce in one of those. I probably should have bet higher on the second round. Or second 12, rather. So slow grind, man. Like, this is what we're going to do. And, you know, I've got, fortunately and unfortunately, I've got time on my hands to make this happen, man. So I hope you guys play along. Again, watch that 10,000 a month video. It's day 1. It is really cool. We actually show how we moved from 1,000 to 2,032. Okay, so, oops, 0, 32. All right, so this guy so far has rolled 3rd quadrant, 2nd quadrant, 3rd quadrant. We're going to go here and play this out. And obviously, the $10,000 a month challenge is a little bit of a longer video. It's like an hour or so because I didn't play for the straight hour. Actually, I did play, but I break it up so that you're not just sitting there for 8 hours watching me play. Now, some days it's not going to take 8 hours. I mean, the most I've done, I think I played 4 hours once on Baccarat. And again, not to be Mr. Baccarat boy on a roulette video. But I've won $1,200. Boom. There we go. So I won $1,200 playing Baccarat. So that's, and I think I did it in about, I think it was 3 to 4 hours. And that's how I got to the 2,000, right? So in all candidacy, what really happened was I started with 400, lost all 400 because I was doing stupid shit, not sticking to the discipline. I put 1,000 in, and then I went down to 700, and I was like, okay, James, you're follow the freaking rules. And I just literally just stopped thinking, became a robot, and just started following the rules 100%. And from there, I took that 700 back to 2,000. So we're starting the $10,000 challenge with $1,000. We're already up 1,046. But again, that's not 10,000, but it'll buy you a Starbucks. 17. Okay, now I want you guys to see this. This is important. What has he been doing? He's been bouncing back and forth between these 2 quadrants, right? I'm not saying move, because remember, the whole point of the statue is that you boop, you pick a spot and you stop, or you stay, rather. Sorry. Okay, so, yeah, let's stay in the center and see what happens. Now I know what you're thinking, James. 50 cents bets, man. I don't know, bro. That's gonna take you forever to get to 10,000. I was like, it will. However, I'm not gonna be betting 50 cents forever. I need to get comfortable with this strategy live because it's a little bit different than what I typically play.
Enjoying, of course, same. So actually, guys, I have some great news only for my side. I have some last tables, last rotation, you know. And actually, I can say finally, because this is a 4th day when I work, and where is it? But
5 red, awesome.
That's same cool. So winning number is 5 red.
All right, here we go.
Come on, so cool. It's really
30 red. Okay, so he's bouncing back and forth. We're doing good.
Number 15.
But I will say, man,
I have a number.
I don't know what it is, man. I don't know why roulette kind of stresses me out a little bit. I used to never feel stressed out about playing it. I loved it. I still love it. I play it every single. I kind of play it every day, actually. But there's a lot of swings in it, man. You know, a lot of swings. If you have a decent bankroll, you're gonna be okay. Again, I don't know, man.
That's crazy, really.
Gonna play both. Gonna play both, baby. 10K a month. So what we're doing, in case you're just joining, is we're almost closing out the video, but we're doing the statue strategy live, real money, and I don't know. I think we've made like $20 or something like that.
Actually, somewhere, right?
We're at 2023, so I think $24, $25, something like that.
Here you see only 6 plus numbers, but if you press this one, you will get
7. Okay. Oops. So we got
Winning number 7.
3. So we're gonna rebet. And again, the cool thing about this is you don't have to break the bank. You don't have to go crazy. Since it's a 2-to-1 bet, you can just, you know, whatever your initial bet is, 1 unit, win or lose, stay on 1 unit. The next one, win or lose, double your units. Double the unit, then you sit there again, win or lose, right? Then you can keep playing it. It's kind of like a twofer. You get 2 spins for 1 bet. That's probably the easiest way to understand it. Because of the 2-to-1 payout ratio.
I should have looks like a messenger, of course. No, I don't want to. No.
Alright, so we're going to see what we do on this particular one, and we're going to win this one. Close out the video and then get back to the other grind of the $10,000 a month. Trying to do 2 videos, like a real testing video of something that we play, and then that's perfect. That's cool. Oh, that's where he. Oh, shoot. That's where he typically goes, and we're okay with that. So we don't need to double up. However, it's only a $2 bet, so we're gonna add 50 cents, right? And that's just personal preference. You don't have to do that. The only time this really becomes stressful is when you're betting larger units. Like I was doing this with $5, and what did I do here? I mean, dude, $5. I ended up at like a $360 bet. Think about that for a second. A $360 bet on 1 roll. You know, that's just too much. For me to be comfortable. The other thing that I've found recently is that as you kind of go up in dollar value, you can kind of do a little bit of protection on yourself. You know, put $1 here, put $2 on the 0. That way, if you do have a $300 bet and a 0 comes up, you can at least protect yourself a little bit, or hedging, I guess I should say, if it's on 0. Hopefully, we never have to run into that situation because we don't want to get bet up that high. 30 red. Wow. Okay.
Winning number is 13.
1, 2.
I have a number from the
So rebet, and we're gonna go at 50 cents. We don't have to go at 50 cents. I'm just doing that because I want to. And remember, it's your money, man. You're gambling, right? So this is real money, and when you're betting real money, you know, listen to yourself, right? Listen to other people too with regards to bankroll management and just, hey, man, you know, that kind of scenario. But you're smart. You know what you're doing. Play your strategy and put your stop losses in there, dude. If you feel uncomfortable, sit or roll out. I mean, it's the same odds no matter what. You know, for example, if I didn't bet this round, whether it won or not is irrelevant. I can still bet the same square again, or section rather. Square. But I have noticed that if you're not on the winning section, it can range anywhere between 7 losses to 12, and that's it's hard to digest, man. 9 red. Now this MFer is bouncing between these 2. But I'm just going to rebet. I'm not going to double. Don't need to double yet. So now we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses. Like I just said, typically 7 to 12, which drives me crazy, right? James, if you're losing 7 to 12 times on a roll, why didn't you just jump to the other side? Because I swear, dude, I jumped to the other side, just like we talked about earlier. Then he's rolling the other ones 5 times in a row. It's almost comical how it works. I think what would be really fun is if you're going with a buddy to actually, damn, that might work really well. Go to the casino with a buddy, and each one of you play 1 section, right? So eventually, and whoever's losing is doubling up, and eventually you guys are going to spread out and, you know, make some good money.
Winning number is 24 black. That's 5 number from the first call for
Cool.
the second that you guys.
So I'm going to end the video there. Nothing like magical system there, but I wanted to show you what the strategy looks like live and kind of the stress that's involved with it, right? I mean, it's easy to do this on a simulator, but this is real money, right? And, you know, again, I'm betting 50 cents. And if you're betting 50 cents trying to make $10,000, guess what? It's going to take a lot of 50 cents. But, you know, we ended at 2,043. I think we actually lost $2 because I was gabbing and didn't double up my bets. Or bet the right sequence, I should say. However, you saw how the strategy works. It gets a little stressful. Now, on the other side of it, what if we were betting on those other sections and we're like, man, we just won 5 times in a row? True. And that does happen from time to time. It's rare, but it does happen. I seem to see every single time we play is... Man, I want to keep playing this, but I know we're close to 20 minutes on the video. Yeah, so that's the strategy. I'm not going to close that out. I'm going to close out on that. Not enough to pay rent, but can get you a Starbucks coffee, as I mentioned earlier. Try the strategy out. Try it on a simulator first. Like, you know, see what you're comfortable with and see how high you end up getting. It does amaze me, and I've done this, you know, more times than I care to mention. It just amazes me that I can pick a section, and I'm sure you can too. And no matter what happens, it'll roll on every other section but the one you chose. 5 times in a row. Look at these numbers. 35, 24, 9, 30, 32. So it kept hitting this section when I was here. But then, as you saw earlier in the video, when I was down here, it kept hitting this section. Right? So the odds statistically are all the same, right? 33.33%. I think I'm looking at my Vegas JBot. I think in European roulette, the odds of not hitting a dozen, you know, within 12 rolls is 67%. I don't know, statistics, percentages. You know, maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. But try the strategy out first on a simulator, and then once you get comfortable with that and you kind of see, you know, can you handle 7 losses in a row? I tell you, I gamble for a living. I don't know that I gamble for a living, but I gamble for a lot of the money that I spend. And yeah, man, it can become. Oh, God dog it. Sorry to be distracted. This thing, if you don't bet for a certain while, will kick you off. So at any rate, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Try it. Be safe. Remember, what are you comfortable with? And if you're uncomfortable, then don't play that. But enjoy this strategy. I do believe that it is profitable. As you can see, we made some money here. And I think we're going to keep making money. All right, so just so that I don't get kicked off the table, I'm going to put 50 cents on this lower version, because that's where he seems to be hitting a lot of his numbers. So anyway, Vegas J out. Please like, subscribe. Love to see you guys. Please comment. Yes, no. Hey, James, you're crazy. Don't play this way. You know, whatever it is, man. I'm open to feedback. Vegas J out.